I'm sitting here remembering, as I often do. I'm watching this no thank you video from, I believe, 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago. Crazy. Crazy to think about the fact that this was 7 years ago, because for me it feels like it was just yesterday. In some ways, it feels like a long time has passed for the simple fact that many things in my life have changed since this time, but on another level, it feels like virtually no time has passed because those years have gone by so quickly. And I watch these old videos, which I'm really glad that these old videos are still available because watching them is part of how I remember the various events of my life. But including going back and looking at my own, of course, because something that has been consistent throughout the past 7 years is the fact that I've been uploading videos, and the fact that he has been uploading videos, and the fact that he and I have talked a lot. So I can go back and look at No Thank You's videos, and it helps me kind of contextualize the events of my own life when I need to jog my memory. But I was going back through this video, and number one, the first thing that called my attention was the fact that No Thank You's accent is very marked in this video. He sounds a lot more British at this time in these videos, particularly like when he gets passionate about something, than he does nowadays in his videos. I don't know if he's moved to a more standard sounding accent from doing YouTube for so long or what, but it's kind of an interesting thing. Number two, I remember exactly where I was when I was watching this video. This was before I had any ThinkPads or anything like this. Back when I was on the laptop that I used to use in order to watch videos that was gifted to me. It was gifted to me by a guy that had schizophrenia that would literally burn the circuits or the CPUs in his laptop because he liked the smell of burning electronics. And he got a new laptop ultimately. Yeah, it's this video where I talk about this fucking laptop right here. He got a new laptop because he was tired of experiencing technical issues as a result of the things that he did to this one. And this worked for me for a while. This thing was quite slow. With Linux, it was a little bit less slow than it would be with Windows. I mainly used it to watch YouTube videos, but I remember sitting on my bed in the complete dark, like it was literally pitch black in my room, watching this video the day that it came out on this fucking laptop, and just feeling like everything in my life was 100% comfy. I get into this state, and I used to get into this state constantly back then. I still do. But I get into this state where I'm just fully focused on one thing and I'm just staring at my screen and nothing else enters my head. My eyes don't move. I don't have any thoughts. I'm just entirely focused on what I'm doing. And I love that feeling. It's one of the most comfy. Oh my God, I remember this map. They need to bring this map back. But it's one of the most comfy things that can happen. And I wish it happened more often. Frankly, they need to bring this game back. Why is this game not available anymore? Doesn't make any sense. This game should be available to every person on the planet. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to play Counter-Strike Go. I know the reason why they got rid of it. It was because they wanted more people to play Counter-Strike 2 so that it wouldn't be a total failure. But come on, guys. Get with the program. This is what the people truly want. I mean, the other reason was because actually updating this shit, given how old it was very difficult. But I mean, who cares? Make it to where it's not updated. If people want to cheat, let them cheat. Who cares? Just let us play the game that we grew up playing and that we know and love. Um, Very disappointing. Especially because Counter-Strike 2 cannot run on most computers. You need a fairly new machine to run that shit. This thing could run comfortably on my old laptop. Like, get with the program, guys. This is awful. This is evil, in fact. And I mean, it's especially evil given the fact that I have so many memories with this game that indeed I contextualize parts of my life through this game because I got into it after starting to watch No Thank You's vlogs, and I played with him a couple times, but also, oh my god, why was I running and gunning? That's terrible. But also, um, I used to play on those silly like private maps, and literally some of the best moments of my life were playing with friends on those maps, or just existing, fucking zoning out to that shit. I mean, it's literally my teenage years, man. You took it away from me. You took it away. It's terrible. But over the years, I've talked on my channel about nostalgia, a lot about nostalgia, in fact, and the ways that it has affected me. Arguably my most popular written video, this one, These Four Walls, deals directly with that. In this video, I talk about the kind of like almost suffocating feeling that nostalgia can create. And I tried to write this prose to communicate what that feels like. There's other videos that I've done, this one, Understood, which has gotten a surprising amount of attention at this point. I didn't expect that. And where's that other one? I might have to go down here to find it. I actually don't think I can find it in an immediate sense. But, other videos were... Oh, here, this one. Laundromats are cool. I also deal with the feeling of nostalgia in this video. And it's been this theme for me. It's been this reoccurring theme in my life. Although I will say now it's not as prominent or as intense as it once was. Because at that time it really felt like this extremely intense, like suffocating thing, this force where I just so desperately wanted to go back to the past. And now it feels more like something that I just kind of indulge in. Like I enjoy the fact that I can remember what it felt like, and the fact that I have these windows into how things used to be. It makes me want to record more videos on here, actually, for the simple fact that I have the ability to go back and look at the past when I post these sorts of things. I have that ability. And it disappoints me to go back on my own channel and see that there were times when, I don't know how I would put it, I didn't put as much of a focus on archival. Honestly, some of these videos in here, in this phase, these were fire. A lot of people didn't pay as much attention to them because of the weird titles and thumbnails and stuff, but I was able to kind of get at more of what I've been trying to get at for a while now with these videos, because they were more Denpa. These were more Denpa vlog type shit. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of these videos, I mean, some of them are good, but I was just talking about topics. Like, my point was to come on here and just talk about a topic, which is cool and all, but No, I mean I want my videos to be an experience. I want them to be like what some of these videos were, or like what I used to do like a long time ago, you know? Um, some of these videos just don't make any sense why they got attention. Like why did this video where I just put Taco Bell fire sauce in a very unappetizing bowl of beans. By the way, these beans don't actually look like this. It was the camera that I used that made them look like this. But like this 1 minute and 30 seconds video got 1,400 views. Like why? Like some of these videos just blew up for no apparent reason. But um, yeah, I mean, I wanted to make things more like an experience. Um, and there were a couple times in my channel where it really felt like I just didn't know what to do. This video, um, it's about a topic, but I'm in a place. I need to go to more places. That's my other conclusion is I need to go to more places. There are a couple videos like this one, like I would call like adventure videos, that I'm a little disappointed that they didn't get more play or more attention because I really like making this kind of stuff. Like this kind of stuff is so much fun for me to make, where it's literally just a vlog of like what we did that day or what I did that day. Like this shit is so much fun. So much fun. Um I want to do it again. I just don't go places, so I haven't been able to. I feel like Idle Neat kind of does that too. Like he does these videos that are more or less compilations of his life, and they're very fun to watch. Um, there was this period of time when like I was kind of trolling people. Like when I made this video, incels are wrong, or when I made this video, how to stop school shootings, which doesn't even represent my views. Like anybody who keeps up with my videos knew that I was just shitposting in this video, but like a lot of people would come across it and literally think that this represents my opinions, which is really funny. Or like this video, my quote unquote thoughts on veganism, where I'm basically just playing devil's advocate and trying to explore a line of thinking that made me very uncomfortable, by the way. Honestly, not a good video in retrospect because I did not express myself very well. Was literally drunk when I recorded it. Is transition the cure for autism? I mean, in this video, I literally do like vaccine conspiracy posting. Yeah, I don't know why that kind of stuff was so appealing to me at this time. Like it, or in these videos, like I do this video, lock them up, and then in literally the next day I do release them all. Like for some reason I just, or this video, this isn't even my opinion. Like why I support mandatory military service. Like why did I say this stuff when I never even thought that? It's very bizarre, right? Like I have these videos where I just say stuff that I don't even believe. This one is really good. This one is really good. Because it's just a place. And these videos where we went to like a place, like this shit was awesome. But I want to do more of this shit. Um I don't know. Why did I call it Lake Erie when it's Lake Ontario? See, this is the thing, is that this is part of my sense of humor. I love just like saying these irreverent, retarded things that don't make any sense, that are essentially amount to schizo posting. Um, but it's confusing for people because there have been times in which I have genuinely schizo posted, and so people don't know like what the real schizo posting is and what the fake schizo posting is. There's this video. This video is also like kind of representative of what I want to do because it's more of these just daily life clips. Like this is back when I lived in that place with all the dogs. I still have this one, by the way, the brown one. I don't have any of these dogs anymore. Some of them live with my dad. Others were given away. Um, but I only have one dog now. He looks younger in this clip. That's crazy. He looks so old now. I mean, he is literally old, but yeah, in this video, I was just talking about my empathy towards animals, um, and why animals are an important force in my life. But what happened in this video was weird because I film like the outside of my window a little bit to try and talk about the lightning storm that was going on outside. And as I'm recording, the power goes out. Like I come out here to show, to open the window to, actually, no, that was to close the window to, yeah, to more concretely show what was going on. And as I was recording out there, the power just goes out. And I distinctly remember this time too, because after I recorded this video and I uploaded it, I think over my phone internet, I was in a very precarious situation because I was trying to use my phone for entertainment, but I had very little battery, and I had to try and find my mobile power bank. And I actually don't remember if my mobile power bank had power or not anymore. But I had to find it, and I had to conserve power for as much as I could. And literally, our power was out for like 3 days. For 3 days, our power was out. And I remember just like sitting in the middle of the living room with my mom and my sister, using the, what's it called? The radio. We were listening to NPR on the radio to try and track the weather situation and for entertainment, because there weren't really other things that we could do. And so it's this really comfy time. This is the exact year for this. Yeah, April 2nd, 2023. And then the description is animals deserve love and respect. Very true. But the, yeah, I don't know. It, like, I wish I actually filmed more of what was going on during these days, because a lot of it just rests in my memory, and my memory's going to fail eventually. Eventually, I will not remember all this stuff. But it was an extremely comfy time for me in some strange way. And I don't fully know how to explain it. Also, at this was one of the various times when I did this like one video a day thing for the new year. I was trying to record just as many things as I possibly could, in some cases reusing old clips in order to just get out a video that day. And some of these videos are pretty bad. I think most of them are decent. But sadly, one of the things that I did, and I really regret this in retrospect, is that I posted these videos that were like compilations of videos I had on my second channel. And then to not have duplicate videos in my... Did someone just message me? No, that's an email. To not have duplicate videos in my playlist, I deleted them from my second channel. Which is like... I feel so stupid for that looking back, because I really wish that I still had that stuff in order to go back and look at it and determine like what was my exact state of mind at that particular time, to have the full chronology. Because nowadays I have some duplicate videos in my playlist, not a bunch, just a couple, but I don't care so much about having the pure number anymore, because like there's over 2,000 videos in that playlist. Like it doesn't matter if there are some duplicates once you get to that number, but I used to be so obsessed with having the authentic number that represents truly what's going on, and sadly I made that decision. But also these videos where me and Sophia debate are really good, Like this abortion debate is literally 1 hour, and it ended up being like a very, I don't want to say intense, but it was a very enlightening discussion. We ended up hitting on a lot of the different philosophical aspects of this topic, um, as well as the political implications of it. Very, very, very good debate. Um, and actually, those videos are some of my favorites that I've done on this channel. These like debate discussion videos that we did. I feel like we got into a lot of interesting stuff in those videos. Um, Man, this house was so weird that we were in at that time. Like where I was recording these videos in oh, what's it called? 3GP format, and there were a lot of these videos where I was just like mad about something, some topic in the world. I think I talked about Joe Budden's inflation a lot. Remember that guy? That's such a weird time, man, in the US. Man, I remember that fucking time too. And I'm never gonna forget it because I was coming up on the age at that time. And I just remember like traveling by bus across the entire country, and you'd be in a bus terminal, and the majority of people in that bus terminal couldn't speak English. The majority of them were from Venezuela, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, very Central American and South American looking people. And I so wish that I had started learning Spanish like 5 years ago or something because I would have been able to talk to them. And of course that was always my dream was to learn that language, but you know, I was in these bus terminals, Greyhound, that were just inundated with these people. There were so many of them. And then you would go out to walk around in the city and they were everywhere, like lining up to go to food banks, lining up outside of hotels in makeshift tent cities and everywhere. They were literally everywhere in every city you went to back then. It had to have been fucking millions of people. And you would go to the store and all of a sudden, all the products were going up 10, 20, 30% in price. And it was just a really crazy time to be living in America. And people wonder why, so many people voted for Trump when they didn't agree with most of his policies, when they didn't like him as a personality. I'm not trying to make this into a political video. I didn't vote for him. But I can understand why a lot of people did because, I mean, being in the US at that time, it really felt like we were on the verge of some sort of collapse. Even though statistically we had the best, economic recovery out of any of the developed countries, it didn't matter because that didn't translate into something people saw in their day-to-day life. And it's not like those other countries were doing very well either. They were basically collapsing as well. And so, it was just this really chaotic time, to live. And I remember like going to all these states by Greyhound bus and seeing this happen in real time. Homeless people everywhere, people on drugs everywhere, migrants everywhere, people asking you for money everywhere because nobody has any money. Um, at the same time, you see prices massively going up, and then you also see this contrast where you see help wanted signs everywhere because there are so many new jobs. And it really just, I don't know, maybe it's because I was like just turning 20 at the time, because for part of that, like I was 21. I was just able to buy my own beer or whatever, like, so it feels like a particular time, but I don't know. I really think that that was just an unforgettable time in America. I will never forget the Biden years just because it was so chaotic. It really just felt like everything was collapsing. And everything felt just so unstable. And being like a traveler in the US, somebody who was going to every single state at that time, um, you really felt it like firsthand. And in some of these videos, I captured that. I mean, like in these videos, like I was complaining about that absurd conflict in Ukraine we should have never got into. Like I don't know. I just feel like these culture war topics felt a lot more real at the time that I was talking about them in these videos. And now it just feels like they don't matter at all. Like it's weird. It just feels like they don't exist. Like everybody sort of agrees like that shit was crazy and that we should have done something else. Like regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, you know? But it just felt like an extremely political time and like everyone was going crazy. And now, I don't know, things feel a little more normal, but at the same time, they're also crazy just in different ways. And I've been like trying to like figure out what all that means, you know, because I remember this stuff. And I don't know how to square it all in my head. Um, I still have this TV, by the way. It's literally over there. But um, yeah, Black Ops was more active at this time. That was fun. Black Ops was more active. It's still quite active. That game is still quite active. In fact, I'm thinking of hooking up my other PS3. I have three. I have the original model that has a PS2 inside of it, and that's out in the living room. And then I have a slim, and then I have a fat PS3 that doesn't have any backwards compatibility with PS2. And in that one, the disc tray doesn't work. You literally can't pull discs out. It was that hacked one that I was trying to fix to make it go online in those YouTube videos a while back. In that era that I was talking about before, where I brought back all the crazy thumbnails, but I I have that one, and then I have a slim, and the slim, because I'm looking for an AC adapter, I haven't plugged it up yet, but I want to plug it up maybe today and see if, because it's Christmas Eve, see if anybody's playing on Christmas Eve. I feel like that would be pretty dope. Um, God, man, this is the other thing. Call of Duty Black Ops, I'm literally gonna cry when this game gets taken offline. Like, dead ass, I'm gonna cry. And the reason I'm gonna cry is because this game has been a staple of my life since 2017, man. And the reason I say 2017 and not earlier is because in 2017, I actually had the internet to play it. I had owned this game since it came out. I had been playing this fucking game since it came out. And only in 2017 did I get the ability to actually fucking play it online. And the reason for that is because I moved into my motherfucking cousin's house in the trailer, which I will show you in... I have more videos on Osaka at night that are very old in that trailer, but I posted a video on here recently where I'm in the trailer. This fucking place, yeah, 2017, this place. Man, this is crazy to me because I moved in here and then all of a sudden I could use high-speed internet. So I was using Discord to talk to people on VCs fucking all the time, and that was really new to me because I could do it at my mom's house, at the house where I grew up, with HughesNet, with satellite internet, but it was slow. And of course you would run out of bandwidth, so it wasn't super sustainable. But at this place, which was the second house I ever moved into in my life, I was actually able to fucking use high-speed internet. And so there was where my love for Call of Duty Black Ops was born. At this point, I started playing this game like nonstop. And back in 2017, it was especially active still. And now, I mean, you still have hundreds of players that play, but back then it was thousands, despite us being well into the PS4 generation. And um, I got so addicted to the online in this game because that was the first time that I was really able to play an online first person shooter. I was 15 at the time. That was the first time I was able to do it because I did not have the internet to do any kind of online gaming before that point. And when I say it changed my life, I really mean it because after that point, I realized online shooters are fucking awesome, man. My dad had always poo-pooed it just because we had dial-up, just because we had HughesNet. He's like, oh, online gameplay, that new shit, that's gay or whatever. But no, man, it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome to be able to play with anybody in the world at any point. I almost take it for granted now at this point, but on some level I don't, just because it took me so long to be able to actually enjoy it, and after I did it, it had a huge impact. You know what I'm saying? And and it all started with Black Ops. It all started with Black Ops for me. And so, I kept playing this game for years after this, and it was with me through fucking everything, man. This game was with me back, when I was getting off alcohol, for example, like when I was 18, for like the year of 2020, for basically that whole year, man, I was drinking so much, every day. I mean, not the whole year, like almost the whole year, I would say. Yeah, I was drinking every day. And I got really accustomed to that. And I knew it was a problem, so I stopped. I just stopped cold turkey. And I had those shakes and everything, just feeling really anxious all the time. And so in order to not drink again, what I did was I stayed out in the living room, because if I stayed in my room, I thought, well, this is a place I associate with drinking, so I need to, go long enough without drinking, in order to develop the habit of not drinking. And so I stayed out in the living room, just sleeping on the couch, just sitting on the couch, watching all of these classic movies. I watched The Godfather. I watched a bunch of stuff from Martin Scorsese for the first time. And, oh, by the way, here's me and No Thank You. I'm just going to put this on as background footage for now. But I was doing all this shit, right? And when I wasn't doing that, I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops Online. And it was distracting me from all the physical symptoms I had to deal with in relation to alcohol, which I had zero desire to drink at that point, because it had stopped being fun for me, which was one of the main reasons I stopped. This is the thing about me. As soon as something stops being fun, I stop doing it. And it's not difficult to stop because I don't want to do things that aren't fun. But the other thing is that I was reinforced in my convictions because I looked at like the fact that I was feeling so bad as a result of this drinking thing that I was just like, I do not want to deal with this again. I am never getting a tolerance for alcohol ever again, because this is awful. I do not like this. And I just focused on Call of Duty Black Ops. And Black Ops got me through it. Black Ops got me through it. So, and that's not even to mention, like, when my dad kicked me out of my own room, which is, by the way, when I recorded this My Preference for Solitude video, this was during that era. My dad had kicked me out of my own room, and I had to be out either in the living room or in a separate room. So I didn't have any of my stuff. They put all my stuff in boxes. And the only thing that I had out, basically, was my PS3. And so in order to deal with that reality, I just fucking played on my PS3. And it helped me. It helped me get through that time. Um, and so I'm very thankful for Black Ops in that from that standpoint. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's so weird to just have a diary that you can go through and you can remember things with. This is in Vermont, by the way. This is crazy. My hair was so long back then. I never want to have hair that long ever again. But I mean, I guess it was kind of fun for the moment, but like, no, no, man, it's too much to deal with. It's too much management, and nowadays I'm under new management. Um, I used to smoke. That's also so crazy. It's been years, but I used to smoke. Um, and it's especially weird because smoking literally did nothing for me. Like it didn't give me any effects. And I mean, maybe that was the reason why I did it was because I liked the taste of tobacco and I thought it looked cool. I smoke like a French person here, like literally like this this like way that I would hold cigarettes is very French. Um, but what was I gonna say? I forgot. I got totally thrown off by that. But um, yeah, I mean it was just so much fun. Like even though it was bad for me and it literally didn't give me any effects, it like there was just something like fun about going to the tobacco store to buy cigarettes and just sitting doing my own thing. It's just like the plastic bottle of vodka that I'm pouring into a Hello Kitty mug, man. What the fuck? Like this is what I mean. It's like these were degen times, man. I never do anything like this anymore. And it's been like fucking years since I've done this kind of shit. It's just like no, man. This juvenile shit that's not for me. That is not for me at all anymore, man. But um yeah, I don't know. Just like looking at all these eras of my life where like so much shit was changing and so much shit was happening. I look back on it with nostalgia because I I don't have many changes that happen anymore. For like a while now, my life has been very stable. No major conflicts, no major problems. And because of that, I've been able to apply myself and become very disciplined in terms of my personal goals, which is very good. But you kind of become nostalgic for a time when it really just felt like everything was so chaotic, everything was changing all the time. You never knew what was going to happen next. Um, I think that is actually what has kind of excited me about the fact that I'm not going to have a place to live relatively soon. It's like, okay, now things are changing. And now here's an opportunity for me to really invent my life and myself, or reinvent my life and myself, excuse me. And I think for other people that would be very anxiety inducing, like, oh my God, there's going to be so many changes, I can't handle this. No, I love that. I love the fact that there's going to be changes. Um, I don't know, it's strange. On one level, it can be overwhelming at times. It can be difficult. And maybe I'm looking at all this with rose-tinted glasses because there were certainly, stressful aspects of all this that I just do not have to deal with anymore because I'm pretty much always calm these days. But it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. Um, and I certainly wouldn't repeat a lot of the mistakes that I used to make or fall back into some of the habits or temptations that I used to fall into. But the idea of going to a lot of places and having lots of changes and having lots of new experiences, provided that they are I'm not talking about going to the club or some stupid normie shit like that. I've never done that weird shit. I really party people, club people, fucking social event people, count me out. I do not want anything to do with that whole world. While you were partying, I was studying the blade, motherfucker. But I digress. This world of changes and of exploration is one that I'm quite fond of and that I do miss. And I'm excited to re-experience when I ultimately am forced to leave this place and have to go out on my own for some period of time. Um, and that's ultimately what's coming in the coming year. After I get all this stuff in here sold, after I have all of this stuff sold, I have um, to put the money together to, as I said in my video where I lay out my plans, um, to go overseas, or not really overseas because I'm still in the same hemisphere, but to go into a foreign country where I can um, where I can live comfortably on significantly less money, basically just savings. Um, and so, I mean, ultimately, we'll see how all that goes, but you'll see some videos coming out in those countries, and I mean, the difference in era will be more marked at that point because, I mean, think about it. It's been like basically 2 years that I've been, yeah, 2 years, 2 years ago, right? See right here? This is the same fucking room I'm in right now. See these curtains? Same fucking room, 2 years ago. So, I've been here for 2 years. And at the end of the day, um, it is what it is. Um, we get times of stability, and we get times where many things are changing. But I'm ready for an era in which a lot of stuff changes. I've been able to kind of almost simulate that feeling through basically having constant progression. Because I'm the type of person that can literally sit in their room for 12 hours a day and still be focused and still be sharp and still feel good at the end of the day. And so I have been able to simulate the feeling of just everything's coming up Millhouse, everything's changing, everything is moving, by having goals and projects, well, mainly a project, better said, where I'm constantly working and improving. And the great thing about having stability economically and in terms of location is that you can direct that energy and that desire for change toward things like that. Basically, goals that you need to self-actualize and to improve and to feel better about the world. And skills that you can actually use in the world to change your material conditions, to make more friends, to live a better life. Ultimately, the fact that I have Spanish as a skill that I can literally put on my resume has been helpful, for example, in the process of searching for work, which I am now doing. It's made certain employers very interested in me. And that is a tangible material benefit that I can see realized in my life, beyond just the fact that I have so many new friends now as a result that I can speak, of the fact that I can speak this language. And then, when you look at the fact that I can now parlay this skill into ultimately teaching English and also into, being able to survive in these foreign countries where I will need to use it in order to survive, all of this is very positive. And so I have been able to use this time of stability to build skills, or really a skill, but I mean it's a skill with multiple parts, so it's like a multifaceted skill. So let's say skills that I can ultimately use to help myself when things for me are less stable, when things for me are a bit more up in the air, and I need to improvise like I used to have to all the time. So I'm very excited for the coming year, especially for the fact that I will be able to use these skills in the real world much more often. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think it's helpful to have this backlog that I can look at and that I can use to understand where I was at various times, to better understand myself and the world as it has historically been for me. So that's all I have to say in regards to this. We love the archives. We love being an archive as well, which has always been the goal on this here channel. Shouts out to No Thank You for also being an archive. Sadly, he is not anymore, but these videos still exist for your and our enjoyment. And so, for those of you who've had a similar experience to me, who were among the first to be subscribed, I was one of the very first subscribers to this channel, because I was friends with him before he launched it. Then there might be something that you can relate to here. We love to see it. What a great world. What a strange place. Looking forward to the new year. Merry Christmas.